Hello YouTube fam, welcome to Athena Virtuo's channel and another astrology episode with me, Athena. So the focus in this video will be on the month of August, and the setups will be changed. So I'm going to do each sign separate. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do each of the zodiac signs. But anyways, I'm just going to be focusing on the first 2 weeks of August. So I'm not going to be able to do the entire month. And for this particular video and the sign that I'm going to start off with, it'll be the focus basically on the main transits, which is the full moon in Aquarius, which is going to happen on August the 9th, and the opposition between Mars and retrograde Saturn, which I spoke about it a lot in my previous videos, but for today I'm going to break it down for each of the zodiac signs. And also I'm going to be talking about Venus and the conjunction with Jupiter, because once again Venus and Jupiter conjunction is one of the most potent transactions for the month of August. So these, and I'm not going to talk on the mundane level and the themes that we might going to experience on the collective level, because I've spoke about it before, and you can go back and watch my previous videos, the ones I did on Uranus in Gemini and Venus conjunction with Jupiter. Okay, so before I start with the signs, and I'm recording today's video at night, actually 9 p.m. and on July the 31st, but before I talk about each of the zodiac signs and how these aspects are going to affect each one of those, I spoke before about the free readings because I've seen multiple comments on my videos, and I just want to make sure that you guys understand what I said. Now, first of all, my readings will be in English, okay? So you need to turn on your subtitles if you want to. And now the other thing is also, by the way, also YouTube now enabled video dubbing. So I don't know if it's not for all languages, like here for Canada, it's for certain languages. So if you're interested, you can turn that one on as well. But the most important thing, and if you don't have that available wherever you are, you can, I guess, just turn on the subtitles. But anyways, my readings will be two types of readings, okay? One of them will be a tarot reading if you're interested, and the other one will be a natal chart reading, just like you see. This is, by the way, the transit of the full moon in Aquarius, as you see in the chart here, but this is just an example, okay? And I did to one of the viewers, I did a natal chart reading. But for natal chart reading or birth chart reading, you really need to provide your date of birth and the time of birth if possible, okay? And the place of birth and your real name, okay? Now you can obviously hide your name and give me whatever name, it's totally up to you, but I am an intuitive astrologer, okay? And this is for either your for tarot reading or for birth chart readings. It's advisable to provide accurate and correct information, because if you lie and you try to provide, or you provide false information, and then you come back to me and tell me, oh, me or anybody else, you say, oh, the reading wasn't accurate and this and that happened. You gotta understand, it's all based off, energy and the ability of the reader, how to, read your energy and understand your psyche, okay? So it's very important to be honest and tell the truth, but if you lie, then it's your fault, technically, and remember, there's karma, okay? Even like for something like this. You gotta be honest. If you don't want to post your real information on YouTube, you can send me an email. My email is on my bio on my YouTube channel, okay? You can find it there. It's athena.zokar@gmail.com, okay? So, yeah, and for either one of the readings, you need to give me a specific question. I mean, for tarot reading, I don't mind. You can tell me I just want to have general idea on the energy for this week, for example, or for the next couple of weeks or something along those lines. What do you see coming? For the birth chart reading, you really need to give me a specific question and a specific date. For example, if you have an event coming up, you can tell me, like the reading I did for Eric, okay? Just like tell me, for example, I have something coming up on August the 10th and I want to know, I mean, whatever, my plans or something I'm planning to do. I'm traveling or I'm applying for something or whatever. I have a meeting or anything. You can just tell me like a specific transit and I'll do a transit and your natal chart reading as well. And I'll give you I know my ability and I know I'm going to give you accurate information. But anyways, that's the specifics about the reading. So you can just say, I want a reading. You got to tell me, you got to provide your name and date of birth and specific question, okay? And be honest. And other than that, I'll leave it up to you, okay? So anyways, so for this video, I'm gonna start with Cancer, okay? And yeah, so Cancer. Okay, so let's start with, hold on, I don't wanna share this, I don't wanna start off with the full moon. I'm gonna start off with Venus, actually. Okay, that's August 23rd. There's something I want to talk about for August 23rd. Last time, by the way, guys, I started off recording and sharing my screen, and then all of a sudden, I found out that the software wasn't recording. So I end up making screenshots. Yeah, so, but this time I am positive it is working, so I'm going to share my screen with you as well while I'm demonstrating the transit. So this is the chart of August, and I'm gonna blame it on Mercury. Okay, so anyways, so this is the chart of August the 12th, when Venus and Jupiter will come into conjunction in the sign of Cancer at 14 degrees and 3 minutes. And just so that you know, guys, 14 degree is a Taurus degree, which is actually ruled by Venus, right? So as you see in the chart here, Venus and Jupiter come into conjunction, okay? Why this aspect is very important, I explained in length in my last video why it is very important, even though this reading is specifically for Cancer, but you're more than welcome to watch Cancer reading if you are if you have a placement in Cancer, like stellium in Cancer, or you know, if you have moon in Cancer, if you have sun or horizon, obviously for sure, if you have north node in Cancer, if you have Venus in Cancer, you really need to watch this natally. Or if you have Jupiter in Cancer, also natally, you need to watch this video. So any planet you have in Cancer, okay, and for any placement you have in Cancer, you really, it's very important that you watch this video, okay? And I've mentioned before multiple times that Jupiter exalted in Cancer. So Jupiter is very strong, is very happy in Cancer, and he's performing fully, he's functioning fully when he's in Cancer, okay? Now Venus came and joined Jupiter, and both these two planets are benefics. Jupiter is the greater benefic and Venus is the lesser benefic, okay? But as you see here, the conjunction is happening at 14 degree, which is a degree ruled by Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So that's one aspect of why it is very important, okay? But on top of that, as you see in this chart here, yeah, hold on, let me just clean the screen. Okay, as you see in this chart, actually it was on Venus and Jupiter. Okay, so but I just want to be clear. Okay, so this is Venus and Jupiter, and you see here the fixed star Sirius. Fixed star Sirius is million of years old, okay, and has been all along in Cancer. And Sirius is one of the brightest stars, and it's very close to planet Earth, and it's a lot bigger than our sun, okay, than our star, the sun, okay. And the beauty about all of this Venus and Jupiter conjunction is this is actually a triple conjunction, because Venus and Jupiter will conjunct Sirius as well, okay. And Sirius here is at 14 degrees and 26 minutes. So that's why it's very important. And in the following, I'm gonna tell you why and what's the indicative of the fixed star series. Now, on the other hand, this is not the only conjunction that Venus gonna make with Jupiter. On June 26th, of next year, actually, let me just, yeah, this is June of 2026, okay? June the 9th, actually. On June the 9th, Venus will make another conjunction with Jupiter, also in the sign of Cancer, at 25 degrees and 46 minutes, as you see in the chart here, okay? And that's next year, 2026, June the 9th of 2026. So you really need to mark your calendar and pay close attention to these two conjunction, the one which is going to happen on August the 12th, and the other one that's going to happen on June the 9th of 2026. I do see that whatever you're going to start, actually, let me rephrase that. You really need to start your manifestation even prior to the August the 12th, okay? And whatever you start, or whatever fated and it's going to happen now or in the works, you're going to see it. I'm not going to say it's going to be manifested then. It's actually, it's going to be in the works for you, and it's going to show its results and fruit, like the fruition of whatever you're doing now. It's going to grow, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. It's going to advance and grow, and you're going to see the fruits of your labor or whatever you're manifesting by next year, okay? Even if not prior. But all I'm trying to say, this conjunction with Venus or Venus and Jupiter with the fixed star series, especially the one on August the 12th, is very important, okay? Okay, so let me go back. Sorry, let me go back to August the 12th. Okay. So this is the chart of August the 12th here. So technically, the fixed star series is also at 14 degrees, okay? The other thing is you have to understand, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before, is that Jupiter in Cancer, okay, is all about expansion, luck, fortune, generosity, okay? So all of these attributes of Jupiter in Cancer, it's gonna go even, it's gonna be tripled, okay? And it's gonna happen really quick and fast. Technically, it's gonna come to you very easy, okay? So you really need to take advantage of this, and all the generosity and the kindness and the expansion and the luck and fortune, it's gonna be manifested for anything related to Cancer attributes, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is Cancer is about the home, the family, the roots, you know, the people, the mother. So everything you'll notice when Jupiter in Cancer will expand on all of this, okay? Even in terms of generosity and giving and forgiveness and love and everything, that's going to expand while Jupiter in Cancer, okay? Plus, Venus is forming conjunction, that's even going to bring more opportunities, and Jupiter is going to hand it to you on a golden platter. Okay, so and once again, this reading is for the sign of Cancer, but as I mentioned, everybody's welcome to watch this video because it's going to be applied to you whatever Cancer placement is in your natal chart. Even if you don't have, if you tell me like I don't have any planet in Cancer, you still have Cancer in your chart. Okay, even if you don't have any planet, which means it's going to affect you somehow, okay, to a certain extent. Okay, now let me tell you this, okay, because this aspect is very potent, and once again, because it's a triple conjunction between two stars and Venus. Sorry if, no, it's not the sun. I apologize for that. It's the it's between Jupiter, the fixed star Sirius, and Venus. There are things that's going to be manifested in your life, and opportunities come to you even before the actual conjunction. You're going to feel that energy, okay? And I would say even from the 4th, 5th of August, you're going to feel something is happening in your life, okay? Something you're going to be very happy with, okay? Now, I wanted to remind you that Jupiter doesn't only rule generosity, expansion, luck and fortune. Jupiter rules, expanding your horizon, knowing philosophy, seeking higher education, travel, and also Jupiter rules legality, the legal system and the legality, okay? So if you are dealing with any legal matter, rest assured that's going to come to your favor. And there is money involved here. There is asset involved here. So there's something tangible, technically. That's what I'm to say. Okay? Something of tangible, something related to, I don't know, property, asset. I'm talking about the court now. Okay? Court system. And if there's any legality you're dealing with. Okay? This is going to happen even prior to the full moon. Actually, the full moon in Aquarius, it's going to be even facilitating this, and I'm going to talk about the full moon separate, but for Cancer specifically, because once again this reading is for Cancer, the full moon in Aquarius is in your 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of shared resources, the money that's coming to you from somebody else, or money coming to you from an organization and financial institution, the government, insurance claim, court matter, anything of this nature. The 8th house is the 2nd house of your 7th house, or is the 2nd of your 7th house. Okay, so the 7th house is the house of your partners, your relationship with the partner, any kind of partner. Okay, any kind of partnership, technically, whether it's spousal partnership, business partnership, or your relationship with your enemies that like for example, you're going to court and you're dealing with somebody, I'm just saying, or even any enemy, a competitor or whatever. Okay, the 8th house is the 2nd of that house, so which means it's money coming from that. If you know what I mean. And that's why we're always saying, okay, it's the money that's coming from shared resources. So technically, this money is owed to you. It's owed to you. Now, if you owe money, then you're gonna have to pay this out. Because Jupiter and Venus are in your sign, and once again, this reading is for Cancer, then I see that the money is coming to you. Venus is all about values, possessions, and self-value, and so on and so forth. Okay? So there is something, and now I'm talking specifically if you're dealing with a court matter. A lot of you, if you're dealing with legality, the whatever the court proceeds, okay, it's gonna come to your favor. Even if you feel that there was injustice or you did not get exactly what you were hoping for and what you're wishing for, what you're expecting, and you feel that it was not fair, it doesn't matter. Okay, you gotta understand that there is a reason for all of this. Okay, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. Okay, and if you look at the chart here, there's going to be a full moon in Aquarius. Okay, and I'm going to show you the chart of the full moon. Hold on, I believe it's this one here. No, it's not. So this is the chart of the full moon. I just don't want to jump ships because I still want to talk about Venus and Jupiter, but I'm just gonna quickly show you the chart of the full moon in Aquarius. So you see here the full moon at 16 degree and 59 minutes, and 16 degree is a Cancer degree. Look, the degree theory is different than the Sabian symbol. Okay, Sabian symbol, you have to round this number when there's like a degree with minutes, like 16 degree and 59 minutes, you're gonna round it up to 17, degree 17. The degree theory, it's 16 degree, and it's a full moon. And the moon rules Cancer. 16 degree is Cancer degree, okay? So this emphasizes, once again, that anything that's gonna be finalized in this 8th house here, it's going to be to your favor. Okay, and on top of that, just because I was talking about the legality of matters, okay, if you look at the chart here, Pluto is sitting in Aquarius and forming a sextile with Saturn, and once again, Saturn is retrograde in Aries and is a co-ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus also is a co-ruler of Aquarius. And all of these, as you see here in the chart, are forming a beautiful trine. Okay, it's not a trine, it's a sextile, but ooh, sorry. But Uranus is actually trining Pluto, okay? This is a sextile between Uranus and, Saturn and Neptune, of course, and the sextile between Saturn and Pluto, but Uranus and Pluto are forming a trine. This is a big trine here, okay? This is a trine between, and on top of that, actually, okay, even Mars is trining these, but in opposition to Saturn. But anyways, my point here is, if there is injustice, that was, something that you're not happy and you feel that wasn't, don't try to argue it, just settle, okay, and let go. You gotta understand, this full moon is actually to close the chapter, okay? It's to end this, whatever is going on. I'm talking now if there is any legality, okay? If you're dealing with the court system for something that's owed to you and you've been waiting for a while, okay, for your money, something owed to you, whatever, your asset, your property, whatever the matter, child support, spousal support, whatever it is, it's coming. And once again, it doesn't have to be 100% as you expected, but you gotta understand, with this full moon here, even if it's insurance claim or whatever, financial matter, whatever it is, I do see and feel it's money owed to you, okay? And you've been waiting for it. It's gonna come. Maybe it's not, once again, 100%. There's something called karma, okay? If somebody's trying to take away from you what was owed to you, this is a call for you from the divine that you need to move on and let go, because karma gonna bring justice, if you know what I mean, okay? You don't need to take it by court. There's a divine karma. You tried, you did the best you can, but you're not gonna be hanging out on hold. Just let go, okay? And let God take care of everything. All right, that's what I want to say. However, I do see money coming your way. Once again, why I say that? Because of Jupiter and Venus. These two gonna bring the money, okay? Whatever owed to you. Now, not only that, so if there is any agreement, okay, or settlement, or anything of that nature is gonna happen, feel prior even to the full moon. The energy and everything is in the works right now, okay? As we speak right now on July 31st, Venus was actually forming a square with Saturn, if you remember, and I showed you that chart, okay? Venus entered into Cancer early this morning at midnight, okay? And right away, she formed a square with Saturn and Neptune. But Venus will be moving forward in her way to form a conjunction with the fixed star Sirius and Jupiter, okay? And the energy will dissipate. So don't worry about that. We all felt that there's something happen in our lives, either today or yesterday, but by tomorrow, it's just gonna dissipate. I would say by the second. Okay, so don't worry, don't think about it too much. Just going back to whatever money coming your way, because it's owed to you, it's going to be supportive to you in any matter related to this house. Now, once again, remember, this reading is for Cancer, but let's say you're another sign and Cancer is your 4th house or your 3rd house or your 6th house or whatever, and you're watching this reading and you say, okay, so how is this going to benefit me? Well, let's say if it's your 6th house, the house of service and the house of your health matters and the house of your schedule, your daily routine, and so on and so forth, okay? Your relationship with your coworkers, or let's say you applied for a job and you're getting new, schedule or whatever. Venus and Jupiter presence in this house, now I'm just giving you an example if this is your 6th house and if you're actually Aquarius, because if you're Aquarius, then Cancer is your 6th house, right? So this is gonna bring something good for you, either related to your health, for example, the results, or I don't know, or if you're joining new groups, or you're having new schedule, or maybe even you're going to be appointed as a leader, a team lead, something along those lines, okay? Because it's going to bring abundance. So there should be increase in income and something along those lines, okay? If you're Capricorn, I'm expecting same thing for you, okay? But once again, just remember that if you've done anything that's unfair, let's say you took somebody else's position, or you made up lies and rumors, okay, spreading rumors on people, or lied in whatever, in court or something along those lines, okay, or you accuse somebody of something that they've never done, there is going to be some sort of profit in here and abundance coming your way. But you gotta understand, Saturn is here, and if you are Aquarius or Capricorn, okay, Saturn is your Lord, is your chart ruler, okay? When I say is your Lord, means is your chart ruler, because you're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the Lord of Karma, okay? I'm just reminding you, because I happen to speak about Capricorn or Aquarius. It doesn't have to be necessarily applicable to everybody. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Moving on. And this video is very important. And once again, as I said, you don't need to be Cancer to watch this video. Everybody has a Cancer placement in your chart. It's very important to watch Cancer reading, especially if you have a planet in Cancer. But even if you don't have a planet in Cancer or a stellium or whatever, you still need to watch because you have Cancer in your chart. Okay? Like for example, for me, I have no planet in Pisces, absolutely nothing. But Pisces is my 9th house regardless. So even natally, when I was born, there was no planet sitting there in Pisces, okay? But there is transit going on in Pisces. So for example, the North Node now is in Pisces, okay? So it's very important, if there is anything happens in Pisces, to watch the Pisces reading. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Now, let me go back to August the 12th, and I just, as I said, August the 12th is very important. Don't take this slightly, the conjunction. This is one of the luckiest days ever, okay? When these two benefic come in this conjunction, but also on top of that, as I said, because it's a triple conjunction, it's gonna be conjunct with the fixed star Sirius, okay? Now the other thing is Venus in the sign of Cancer, it's gonna make you very attractive. It's not only gonna attract opportunities, okay? Or people. People want to get to know you, want to meet you, want to listen to you, okay? Venus in the sign of Jupiter, it's going to, just give me 1 second. Sorry, yeah, my software, the dashboard just disappeared on me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Venus in Jupiter is all, especially with Jupiter, is all about commitment, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be something related to romantic relationship. It's been proven throughout the years, okay, that when Jupiter and Venus come in this kind of alignment, especially with not only with the fixed star Sirius, it's going to make it more potent, but Venus and Jupiter, both of them indicates partnership, okay? Now for a lot of you, it's a romantic partnership, okay? Either engagement, marriage, something along those lines, committed relationship. But for others, it's a business commitment, okay? Because once again, Jupiter representation of legality, okay, legal matters, agreements, commitment, and Venus is a representation of money, of agreements, attracts opportunities, okay, of something of tangible value, okay, tangible value of money. So maybe a business agreement, maybe you're gonna sign some sort of agreement. And the good thing about this, let's say you're buying a business, or even you're buying a car. Let's say Cancer is your 3rd house, and you are Taurus. You're probably buying a car around this time, and you're gonna get a very good deal. Not necessarily a car, could be electronic, could be appliances. Something has value, okay? So probably you're gonna sign agreement. You're gonna lease a car, for example, because cars are very expensive. It's like purchasing a house, right? Or even you get a loan from the bank. Anything related to Cancer or replacement of Cancer in your house, this is going to bring a lucrative deal, okay? That's what I want to point out to, a lucrative deal, something of your satisfaction, okay? And it's going to bring fruition in the long run. If you're buying a business, same thing. You're probably going to think, oh, this business is whatever, it's gonna cost me lots of money, but then you find out you get a good deal about it, okay? And then you find that a year from now, when Venus conjunct Jupiter next year, that this business is very profitable for you, okay? Because it's Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius. For many of you, a Sagittarius or Pisces person will be of prominent in your life, okay, for at least the next year. rest assured, I guarantee you that. Especially, I'm not gonna mention that, but it doesn't have to be sun or rising. Like, that person doesn't have to be sun or rising Sagittarius. That person could be like, they have North Node in Sagittarius, or stellium in Sagittarious, or they have Jupiter or Venus in Sagittarius. Okay, but trust me, trust me, you are going to be you're meeting a prominent person around this time, and this person, you're going to find out that they have strong Sagittarius placement in their chart. Most of the time, they're going to be either sun or rising. Okay? But once again, they could have just like a stellium in Sagittarius or Jupiter in Sagittarius themselves. Okay? And this person is going to be very supportive for you. Now, this is particularly if you are Cancer. And as I mentioned, okay, that doesn't have to be on a romantic level only, it could be even business. Okay, so you need to watch out for the next few days, I would say from the 3rd, 4th of August. You know, the Jupiterian attributes, this person is going to be tall and is going to have Jupiter features like strong masculine features, let's put it this way, if you are feminine. If you are masculine Cancer, same thing. You could be meeting with a woman who has who's going to be tall, and she has some features of Jupiter. Like, even if she's not tall, like, she's probably gonna have big nose, or like I don't know, like I don't want to say masculine woman, but she has muscles, like she has like big bones, let's put it this way, because these are Jupiter features. Okay, just watch out for that. Now, once again, this doesn't have to be on the romantic level, it could be on a business level. Okay, I need to keep going. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the fixed star series. Let me just go to the chart. Okay, so once again, Sirius, when Venus and Jupiter form a conjunction, the fixed star series is going to be at 14 degree twist. So exactly the the Taurus degree. Okay, I know not everybody knows their natal chart and can read their degrees, but if you can, that would be great. I want you to watch what degree is your sun sign or your rising sign in Cancer, if you don't have sun in Cancer. But I really see that what I'm going to tell you is more prominent if you have your sun in Cancer. Okay. I don't care, you listen to whoever, okay? I'm telling you, I want you to pay attention to your sun placement, the degree of your sun. If you have your sun within 4 or 5 orbs from this degree, the degree of the conjunction, okay? Or if you can figure out where was the placement of Sirius in your natal chart, I want you to find out, okay? But even if you don't know, let's say you are within 4 degrees from the 14 degree. Now, your sun sign. Pay close attention to your dreams, okay? So it's not only the presence of Uranus in your 12th house or Pluto in your 8th house. That's not the only reason. The presence of the fixed star series and whether it's making a conjunction with your sun sign is very important. That indicates that you are highly intuitive person. Your dreams, you are actually highly connected with your spirit guides, with your higher self. You really need to have a journal about your dreams, what you're dreaming of. Write it down if you can't remember your dreams. Even if you get up, in the midst of the night, try to remember and focus. What did you see while you're dreaming? because these are not dreams, these are prophetic dreams. If Sirius is forming a conjunction with your sun, even within 4 orbs, you really need to listen to your intuition. You really need to pay attention to your gut feeling, your instinct feelings. And let me tell you, nobody can interpret your dreams but you. You're the only one who can understand what your dream means, because you're gonna feel it. Okay? You are guided by the fixed star Sirius. Not only Sirius, but also Jupiter. Okay? So pay attention to your dreams. And don't listen to those haters and envious people telling you're crazy or dreams are from the devil and this BS. Don't listen to that. Please don't. These are haters. Yeah. They envy your talent and your gifts. They have no clue what kind of person you are. You're not just having this human experience. You are actually a starseed. Yes, you are a Sirian. If you were born and you have this conjunction, you are actually a Sirian. What does that mean, a Sirian? You're a starseed from the fixed star Sirius. That's where you came from. You're a starseed. You are an old soul. You have extensive experience in the past. And when you think that you're actually dreaming, you're actually ascending to other dimensions, to where you belong, and you're meeting up with your soul tribe. Yeah, your dreams are not just dreams, they are prophetic. You have connection with your past life. Most of the people who are Sirian, they actually star seeds from the star Sirius, they have dreams of either floating in the cosmos or flying really high in the sky, or flying over high-rise buildings, or like over or above, woods and greens and mountains and stuff like that. If you have those dreams, trust me, you are a Sirian. Okay? Now, not only that, even if you dream of swimming in the ocean, or swimming in the sea or ocean deep, or you're swimming, look guys, I kid you not, if you're dreaming of swimming, for instance, with whales or dolphins or even seahorse, most likely you came from Atlantis. If you dream of flying, and you repeatedly see those dreams, and once again you're floating in the cosmos and you see stars and big stars and stuff like that, you are a Sirian. Okay? And that is because in your natal chart, I can prove it to you. Okay? You'll see that in your natal chart you have the fixed star Sirius as forming a conjunction with your sun sign. Now, this could be also for the rising people, but specifically for the sun sign. Okay? Specifically. You need to really pay attention to that. Your mission on a planet Earth is to keep the peace and harmony and to guide people, because you're different. And you will notice that your mission on planet Earth is very difficult. You're always going to be, or you encounter difficult people, very challenging circumstances and difficult situations, and you have to deal with it. And you're always like the kind of person who wants to help others and guide others, and and you just try always to keep the peace wherever you go. So my point is, don't give up. I know it is difficult, and for lots of you, maybe you've experienced difficult situations in your life, but trust me, that's because you're different than the others, and because You signed a soul contract. Your soul contract is to come to planet Earth and guide people and bridge the gap between spiritual realm and science and scientific realms. Okay? Because as a Syrian, you're very advanced. You're very advanced than regular people, the light workers, or even if you tell me like you read tarot or you feel like you're psychic, and not everybody's a Syrian. Okay? There's other things, I'm gonna speak about it some other episode. There's other indicative of you if you are actually a Syrian or not. Okay? You're very advanced. Your mission is to bridge the gap between the spiritual realm and the scientific realm. Don't feel fearful or hesitant in your mission. I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, but once again, that's your mission here on planet Earth. That's your role, okay? And that's what you have to do. You have to create this balance. I can speak in length about people who they have this in their natal chart. And I'm just gonna say it. Elon Musk. Lots of people said about him that he's crazy, he has mental disorder, he gets lots of opposition, but he's different. He's very advanced Syrian. He actually was born with this fixed star Sirius conjunct his sun, and he's the best example. Anyways, I'm going to talk about it in another episode, but I just want you to pay attention to that, and especially around this time, during this conjunction, even if you don't have your sun in Cancer, because if you have your sun in Cancer, then it's your sun gonna conjunct the transit Jupiter, Venus, and the fixed star Sirius. If you have your sun in Cancer within these degrees, like between, I would say, 10 up to 16 degree Cancer, 16, 17 degree Cancer, you're gonna experience this conjunction because your sun gonna conjunct these planets as well and the fixed star Sirius. Or if you have your rising sign at this degree between, I would say, 13, 14, 15, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 degree of Cancer, same thing. But once again, the sun is more important and it's more potent because the sun represents the soul. So pay attention to that. Okay, let's move on to the full moon in Aquarius, which is going to happen on August the 9th. Now it is full moon, okay? And once again, I don't see anything bad associated with this full moon. It's actually going to be a very beautiful full moon. It's a chapter ending that you've been dealing with, something you've been dealing with for a while, and now it's coming to a culmination and end, okay? And as I mentioned, for Cancer specifically, this is your 8th house. Okay, I said that in the beginning, it's the second from your 7th house. Okay, this is your 7th house and this is the second. So any money coming from this type of partnership, spousal, business, from your enemy, it's actually deposited in this house, the money, okay? It's the money coming from shared resources from this house. And it's money owed to you. But this chapter needs to end and close, and you need to move on. Okay? So with the full moon and Jupiter and Venus in Cancer, there's money gonna be given to you. Money is coming to you from anything related to this house. Even if it's unemployment insurance, or once again, it could be insurance claim, or any legal matter, it's coming to you. all right? If you're not happy with the results, don't worry about it. The Lord of these two, Saturn, this is the Lord, is telling you, that's it. You need to move on. Let me deal with these two. I'll deal with them, okay? Don't feel regretful or upset or, revengeful or something along those lines. Don't, just let go. Let the Lord deal with everything, Saturn, okay? Okay. Now, whatever I'm saying here is all dependent on what's this full moon, what aspect this full moon is going to do with any planet in your natal chart, okay? Because I don't know what's going on in your natal chart. And I'm hoping that you are not doing any justice to others or wrongdoing to others, because if you are Cancer and I've done something wrong to others and you want money, then I'm sorry. You're going to be dealing with your karma as well, okay? Let's move on. Mercury, as you see here, on August the 9th, is at 4th degree, okay? And Mercury will be forming a sextile with Mars. Now, as I mentioned before, Mercury, in my previous video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, Mercury is actually in Leo for about 2 months. I mentioned that in my previous video, okay? Mercury entered into Leo on June 26th and is going to remain in Leo until September the 2nd. This is very important. Why? Because for you, Cancer, Leo is your second house. The house that rules your money, your possessions, something coming from your own efforts, okay? Your values, whatever that you call it, value of valuable nature, okay? Mercury here for 2 months. Whether Mercury is retrograde or forward, because Mercury is going to go direct on August the 11th. Mercury will be activating this house for you, the second house, okay? Let me see if I have August the 11th. I don't know if I have August the 11th chart. This is August the 14th. This is after Mercury goes direct. So let me go back to the previous chart because, so once again, whether Mercury direct or retrograde, as you see here, Mercury is, let me just clean up a little bit so you don't get confused. As you see in this chart here, Mercury is retrograde, August the 9th, okay? And is forming a trine with Saturn, a sextile with Uranus. Remember, I told you in my previous video, the one I spoke about Uranus and Gemini, Mercury in September, I believe, let me just, because Mercury will be forming a square. Yeah, a square with Uranus. That's September the 4th, okay? But now, as you see in the chart here, is forming a sextile. Because Mercury is going to enter, and until September the 2nd, Mercury is in the sign of Leo. After that, Mercury is going to enter into Virgo and then will be forming a square with Uranus. And I don't like that aspect. I mean, that aspect is not bad as much as it's not bad. It's probably, there are going to be some heated, like, some rejection or something challenging, okay? I feel there's rejection because, you know, like you're planning to do something and then you figure out there's like something that was hidden from you, or it's coming to surface, or because remember I told you Mercury and Uranus square in history indicates inventions, okay, literally, but it's gonna be faced with rejection from the people. So on the personal level, I feel like maybe you're planning to do something, it's going to be rejected by somebody in your life. But let's just focus on this, on the sextile now, okay? Because now Mercury, as you see, on August the 9th is forming a sextile with Uranus, and Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, okay? So for you, Cancer, once again, Mercury has been in, or will be in your sign, in your second house for 2 months, okay? And guys, maybe you noticed that I'm not wearing makeup. Yeah, I'm not, literally, just a little bit of lip gloss, but anyways, I'm not in the mood for makeup. Most of the time, I don't wear makeup. So, yeah. So anyways, whether Mercury retrograde or forward in your second house, it's going to be activating this house. So when it was retrograde, you're going to be reviewing your finances, you're reviewing things of value, things you possess, your possessions, maybe investment, maybe stocks, maybe, I don't know, jewelry, whatever. Something related to e-commerce, something related to equipment. It could be as well, okay? Anything that has value, okay? Maybe you're planning to sell something, okay? And you're thinking you're not gonna get the money, but wait until Mercury goes direct. The money's coming. You are going to get money, okay? Yeah, I see for some of you trying to sell something and you're thinking, oh, I'm not gonna get money out of this. This is antique, this is old item. But once again, you are in a period of time, you're re-evaluating, reassessing, okay? Reviewing. It's a retrograde. Sorry, I see a but it is retrograde started with RE, okay? Anything revising, reviewing, reevaluating, reassessing, okay? But once Mercury goes direct, everything is gonna go fast. Because Mercury is fast and furious. And that's why I titled my previous video when I spoke about Uranus and Gemini, the fast and furious, because it is. And Mercury is detached as well. Just does the things and move on. He's quick, okay? That's the nature of Mercury. And who's quicker than Mercury? Uranus. And these two are sextiling. Even if you go here, for example, in this chart, on the 14th, after Mercury goes direct, excuse me. So in the chart here, this is the 14th. I think I didn't have, okay, as I was talking, guys, I was saying that Mercury is going direct on the 11th. This is the transit of August the 14th, okay? It's not the 11th. But the point here is, as you see, even in August the 14th, Mercury is still sextiling with Uranus, even though it's separating, because Mercury is moving forward in the sign of Leo, okay? But still forming a sextile with Uranus, and is actually forming an exact sextile. Oh yeah, that's, now I remember, because Mercury is forming an exact sextile with Mars, as you see here, exact. Both are, yeah, almost 5 degrees. It's actually, I believe, the day before. No, Mars is actually at 5 degrees, so it is exact. It's exact, because I know Mercury and Mars, they are forming an exact degree twice a month. But anyways, whether it's exact or not, it's applying, the energy is applying, okay? And there's a harmonious aspect here between Mercury and Mars. And for you, Cancer, this is your second and this is your fourth, okay? So I feel like whatever money you're gonna get from here, or the lucrative deal that you're gonna sign, it's gonna help you in your fourth house. It's gonna make you make a decision or take an action related to your fourth house. And quite frankly, for some of you, I see that you're gonna make a large amount of, or a purchase of large amount of money, okay? Once again, it could be a business deal. You could be buying a business, or you could be buying a car. Whatever it is that you're gonna do, or it's gonna happen in your life, it's gonna bring comfort and assist you in some shape in your fourth house. And this is Mars in your fourth house, so something it's going to go really fast, okay? And it's going to be very tangible. Or even if you're selling your house. For some of you, you are selling your property, your house, or a house, or an asset, or something like this. It is going to bring money. Because once again, Mercury in your second, sextiling your fourth. And sextiling Mars. So the energy is going really fast. And it's going to be very beneficial to you and your family. Okay? And for some of you, I do see that it's going to help you and help your family in some shape or form. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, for some of you, you're going to make a big purchase. Okay? A purchase that's expensive. But let's say you're buying a car or you're buying a house. Then this is something. But once again, I feel that's going to be of a great deal. It's going to be a good deal. So pay attention. Pay attention. You're not going to miss it. Okay? Whatever you're doing from now until the mid of the month, it's going to make you happy. And look, guys, don't say, oh, but Mercury retrograde. Well, first of all, Mercury is going forward on the 11th. So the day before Venus and Jupiter form a conjunction. But quite honestly, with all these energies, like look at this rectangle, guys. And I spoke about the rectangle and I also spoke about the kite before. These two harmonious aspects, they're literally combined together during, and I know, like some people, they're gonna tell you, oh, be careful the first 2 weeks. No. The only thing I don't like about all of this in August is the opposition between Mars and Saturn. Okay? That's the only thing. Even this like T-square between Pluto, the Moon, and Mercury, I'm not worried about it. There is some sort of power struggle, or somebody's triggering you, or somebody's secretive, or something along those lines. Because when, Pluto and the Moon are forming a square like this, I don't like this aspect, but still, it's not the end of the world. Now also Mercury, you're gonna think, oh, but Mercury retrograde, oh, I can't do. Don't believe this BS. You can do so many things during Mercury retrograde. Okay? The only thing is, I suggest if you make a purchase of large amount of money, make sure you read the warranty. Okay? You're aware of all the terms and conditions. That's all. But other than that, like, don't do it blindly. Make sure you're covered under the guarantee or the warranty. Okay, let's say if you're buying a car, or buying something huge, expensive, some sort of investment or whatever. Okay, but I'm not gonna lie to you, everything is gonna go fast. everything is gonna go really fast. And this is like these two conjunction, like Jupiter gonna bring the opportunity, literally drop it in your lap, literally. And don't say also that, oh, if you, let's say you get a job or opportunity for job, you think, oh, this is less money, blah, blah, blah. Listen, you never know what the future going to or transpire, or what's going to be unfold in the future. Okay, you never know. What you think right now, oh no, this is not enough, I need more. Maybe this is the opportunity of your lifetime. Yeah. And things could change to way much better than what you think. Even if you think, oh my goodness, this business, for example, I can share something, but I'm not going to share with you now. Oh, this business is, you never know. All right? Yeah, you never know. So, just last thing for Cancer about Mars and Saturn opposition, which is going to be August the 9th exact. Now you see here Saturn at Mars at 5 degrees is Mars is separating from the opposition. Okay, because Mars is heading towards this direction. Okay, and Mars is faster than Saturn. So Mars is separating at 5 degrees, Saturn is at 1 degree. As I said, I don't see physical fight. I don't see war. Okay? But as I mentioned in my previous video, the Uranus aspect here, and especially like even this trine, on a global level, I see, and we've had earthquakes, tsunami, tornadoes, heat waves, heat storms. Yeah, I see that. Because Uranus shift is not easy, okay? Uranus shift from one sign to another has to create this, and especially closer to September 4th, around that time when Uranus and Mercury gonna form a square. Be prepared, okay? Yeah. So I do see, and even Mars representation of heat. Mars is the red planet, heat, fire. I see wildfires. I see also anything involved Uranus, it's related to airplane. We could see airplane crash or winds, heavy winds. Once again, tornadoes, tsunami, earthquakes, all these things are expected. And it's going to get worse closer to Uranus and Mercury square time, around September 4th. Before, actually, we're going to hear all those news. But once again, I don't see fight, I don't see war, okay? Just try to avoid arguments, challenging situation, and heated debates and heated arguments, because that's gonna be very intense tension in any kind of debates or arguments. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Cancer, for the month of August. Okay, be happy, enjoy. It's going to be really fruitful, and yeah, it is 1 hour and 15 minutes, and you're worth it. Once again, you're more than welcome to watch Cancer's reading, because it is going to affect the Cancer placement in your birth chart. Okay? So, happy August, and I'll see you in the next one.